See, if you learn about React, Angular is not needed. If you learn Angular, React is not needed. These two are both the same. Any one is enough. Grunt, no, most of the developers won't use Grunt now, but Bootstrap is needed based on your project. If you learn React, Redux is needed. If you learn Angular, Redux is not needed. JSON is compulsory. Node.js, you have to know about it. Express.js is only needed if you don't know Python. If you know Python or Java, in these two, any one, then Express.js is not needed. But if you don't know Python or Java and you're not good at it, Express.js is pretty much needed. If you know MySQL, MongoDB is not needed. In SQL or MongoDB, only one is enough. Ruby also is the same. If you know Python, Ruby is not needed. Firebase, if you're doing any projects related to Google, then Firebase is needed, otherwise not needed. PHP is not needed. If you know JavaScript and jQuery perfectly, then PHP is not required. And pass is also needed because this is a new kind of CSS which is coming into play. So PS is also needed. You need not to learn everything, but master the things which you learn. For example, if you learn JavaScript, master it, become very better at it, like that. If you ask me whether to learn React or Angular, I prefer you to go for React because React is used by many companies now. I can show you Netflix. Whatever the apps or websites you visit daily, they are React only because Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, web, and even Zomato. Many things are Netflix, Amazon. I'm not Amazon. Amazon do not use React, but Netflix uses React. That is why Netflix is more responsive than Amazon Prime. I'll show you. These are all the websites that uses React.js. These are all the popular websites. So if you did not learn beforehand, go for React.js. But AngularJS is also equally important. If you do not want to go to React.js, then go for AngularJS. In my company, HCL also uses Angular only. HCL does not use React.js. HCL uses Angular. Many of the companies in India uses Angular, but many of the companies abroad uses React.js. If you want to go to abroad and do a job there, you prefer React.js. If you want to stay in India, do a job in India, prefer AngularJS. But React.js or AngularJS, one is very much important. You have to learn at least one. Any more questions there? Is this from the same girl, Shreya? Or this is from a different person? As sir, how do I do it from a laptop? 528, 528. After this meeting, I'll create a React.js project for you and I'll show you that. In React, in order to maintain a global states, we can use Redux library, but we can use context as well, right? Yes, what are the difference between them? Which is better? Redux is much better. Like Redux is all about states, right? So we can use Redux. Yes, we can use Redux library. Contexts are not contexts are. If you do not know about Redux completely, then we use context. But if you know Redux, use Redux. Redux is the ultimate better thing to solve any problem in states for when states come into picture. No more questions then. And the other thing I have learned from development is, if you have any doubt, do not like if you want to learn a particular only a particular concept in React.js, do not go for other websites to learn only the specific topics. Learn from docs itself, because even that website, that instructors will learn from these docs and they will teach you. It is better that you directly go for this documentation of React.js, because here you can find itself some better websites which they won't provide. For example, CodePen. If you do not know about CodePen, CodePen is another great website to learn about front-end development. I'll go codepen.io, the website name is. Here you can find a lot of things for free. If you want to know how some developer made this, you just click on this. and you will get HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this. If you copy this and if you paste it in your own laptop, this what you see here, this will run in your laptop. You can use this in your own projects. These are all completely free. You can use this all to impress your recruiters. Create projects based on this, and easily recruiters will be they will like you. Even for projects or mini projects also, do not go and buy outside. Try to make use of these websites, because these are all providing you all for free. Make use of this. Just copy, understand the code, and paste it in your project, and you can learn it right away. This is another website. And for another tip I want to give you about career development is maintain your LinkedIn profile as good as possible. This is one more chat. Sir, if you're good at Python, what are all tools we need to read for backend? There is no tools required. If Python, you're very good at Python, you can just use there's a library in Python for web development, right? Flask or something. So you can use that, and you can completely create the backend in Python, and you just need to create your front end application to that backend application. There is no, if you do not link backend and front end, there is no interlink between them. You can completely code backend in Java, and you can completely code front end in Angular. There is no connection between them, but only at the time of linking you may have some conflict, but you can easily resolve it by checking in net using Stack Overflow, or you reading that Angular website documentation. Easily you can connect backend and front end, even if you know Python, Ruby, anything. You can use any coding language in backend. I'm telling you that. Even you can use C++ also you can use. Some people use even C++ for server scripting, but you can still use that for backend, and you can still connect it to Angular and React.js. It is possible. So don't think that the skill which you know is not preferable for backend. Any skill you know is preferable for backend. Even you can use Linux also. Trust me, you can even use Linux programming for writing backend. I know some of the people who write Linux commands and Linux programming language for writing backend. And now one of the career guidance I want to give you is that maintain your LinkedIn profile, because most of the recruiters all over the world, even the company which they're going to recruit you, they will see a LinkedIn profile if you have one. Create, maintain it, update all the details. If you write any article, put it in here. If you create any project, put it in here. LinkedIn is a great place for you. Instead of using Facebook, my suggestion is to use LinkedIn, because in Facebook you may find people who are not professionals, but in LinkedIn there's no chance for that. Every person in LinkedIn is a professional. Another chat. And I have doubts about use memo and use callback hooks. Can you explain in short? To be honest, I have never used callback hooks or use memo in my projects as well. You do not use that much of React.js in projects. But if you really want to learn about it after this call, we both can have a meeting about it, because I have to explain it thoroughly. I can't do it here. Who is this? I don't know your name. It's not visible here, but you can just contact me after this call. Vinod, I have seen the name.
Yes, students, we will provide you the mail ID of the speaker. Okay, so you can contact for your doubts regarding this session. Okay, he will
And
definitely guide you.
I don't know from where you all are learning React.js, but if you want to learn React.js in Udemy, I told you right, Andrew Nige is the best person for you to teach React.js. This teaching method is somewhat different. He teaches you with some animated kind of stuff like that. So if you want to learn React.js, go to him. He's providing the best course for me, I think so. Because even I learned from him. He covers all the topics which you are even asking me. A lot of courses, but prefer him. See, don't fall into this trap as well. Many students ask me the same thing. Vue.js is another kind of JS which is coming into play right now, but it is somewhat new. Do not go for Vue.js right and then. If you are new, go to React.js only. If you your company asks you to learn Vue.js, then learn Vue.js. Otherwise, don't go for it right and then. Any more doubts or questions? Another question. Yeah, I seen it, Vinod. Your name appeared here just for a second. I've seen the name. And, so that's any more questions here, or I'll provide you the link. Wait. Yeah, this is the course you have to learn as a junior developer. After, do not buy this course if you are facing any, if you cannot pay 455 rupees to buy this course. Just ask me. I have this course. I can share it with you. I'll give you in the chat. This is a lifetime course. If you buy once, it will be there for you lifetime. I'm not promoting this course, but I felt this course is better. That's why I'm giving it to you. And there is another website called for data structures visualization. I want to share that too. You're all in fourth year, right? So in your interviews, they will ask about these kind of things. Explain me about reverse tree stack. These kind of things they will ask you. Pakka, for sure. If you're going to interviews for service-based company, they'll just ask you to write the star programming, that star programs, reverse a string, reverse a number, these kind of things. But if you're going to product-based companies, then definitely they will ask you about binary search. Pakka, for sure. Because I've given interviews for 2 to 3 product-based companies recently. All the 3 companies asked me about binary search only. In one of the question is related to binary search. How you will be traversing, these kind of the things they will ask you. So to learn it, if you did not learn previously, no problem. Still you have chance. Go to this website. I will also give you this website. This is one of the useful website for visualizing what you're doing, how it works. For example, if you want to learn about bubble sort, if you do not know about bubble sort, you can just click here. You'll find this. These are all random numbers here, 7, 51, 43. This is an array, okay? In this array, now you want to learn bubble sort. All you have to do is just click on bubble sort here, and you can visually see what is happening, how the algorithm is working in the back end to arrange the numbers to give you a sorted array. You can increase you can increase the animation speed, or you can skip forward, and you will get a completely sorted array using bubble sort. This is one of the website which I found helpful during my interview process, because they will not specifically ask you for algorithm or code. They'll ask you what is happening in the backend and how it is doing it. Because bubble sort, these all codes you can find in internet. Even you know that you have written many exams, you can find breadth first search code in internet, but you should know how it is implemented and what it does actually. You can just give a vertex here, and you can run BFS, and it will visually show how it is happening in the backend. So this is one of the best website I found, which is worth sharing to you. And another important thing I want to tell you is, if you are Telugu speakers, if your language, if your mother tongue is Telugu, I have in YouTube, I am teaching full stack development. You can even find that in YouTube. Give you that. This is only for Telugu speakers. I'm telling you that. This is my channel, Maulish Venkul. In this separately, I'm creating a course called Full Stack Development, especially in Telugu. The concepts I'll be teaching in this one is, till now I teached about HTML and CSS, and I'm going to start JavaScript from this month itself. So if you're Telugu speaker, you can learn from here as well. Even I have shown some of the smaller projects here, like Robologs, how to create these projects and all. You can also learn from this. Mm, I have a chat. Share here. And one more thing, I learned to connect React.js and React Native with Django using Django REST. Well, that is great actually. Django is also one of the best thing, but I don't know the structure is efficient. Is it efficient? Yeah, because backend whatever you use that doesn't matter, to be honest, because backend is only for managing that database, and it will be stored in servers. It is mostly dependent on the server which you're using and the website host you are using. Like if you are using Heroku or WordPress, that kind of things are really matters. But you can use anything for the backend. It doesn't matter. Django is also one of the best framework for Python. You can use Django. There's nothing wrong in it. But in web development, if you're talking about website development, then front end matters a lot, because using Ajax and React Native changes the website to a larger extent. React Native, React.js, the responsive time or load time for website is pretty much faster when you compare to Ajax. So the front end matters a lot when we are talking about website. But if you're so can you post all links in the chat? Yes, I will definitely post it right now. But if you're considering for okay, the one of the thing I forgot to tell you is full stack development doesn't mean only for websites. Full stack development also means application development, which means your app in your mobile. Even if you develop, if you're a complete app developer, you will be called as a full stack developer. Using React.js, React Native, you can also build mobile apps. These are the things I forgot to tell you. You can create games as well. You can create games.
Monish, they are studying the subject called mobile application development.
Yeah, okay. Even you can use React.js and AngularJS. There is another framework called Ionic framework. If you want to develop for cross-platform development, I'll show you Ionic framework. This is the thing. Especially Ionic framework is designed and created only for this purpose. Ionic frameworks can use of React.js, Vue.js, and AngularJS. If you create a project using Ionic framework, you can deploy that application in as a website, as an Android app, as an iOS app. So you're coding only once. You're writing code only once. But you're deploying it three places: in websites, in Android Play Store, and in iOS App Store. So at a time you can code for all the three. You can also use this Ionic framework for deploying applications in normal Windows, like as a software, and in a Linux operating system as a software there itself. But there is a catch here. If you are using Ionic framework, the performance sometimes may decrease based on your coding skills. If you are writing code very efficiently, then the application will run smooth. If you are writing code somewhat, instead of using map, if you are using for each loop, at that time the Ionic framework may sometime get stuck in some places. That is the only drawback of using Ionic framework. Rest of the things, if some person asks me to develop an Android application, and after 3 months develop a website for the same application, I would go for the Ionic framework and complete the entire software in just 2 months. That is the best thing about Ionic framework. Even if you apply for any internships right now, they will ask you for Ionic framework only. I have applied when Satyabama, when I'm in third year, I applied for internships. All the internships which I applied asked me for Ionic framework only. They didn't ask me for React. They didn't ask me for Angular. React and Angular is only for the people who have 2 years plus experience. Even me now, if I am React.js certified, but still HCL doesn't give me like a complete React.js project, because You have to be in a team and you have to understand some of the application architectures before getting into React.js coding. Mostly many companies will give you React.js application development only after you have 2 years plus experience. But Ionic framework, it is nothing like that. Even if you're a fresher, they'll give you Ionic framework application. Yes, you can create Android applications using React.js. Some of the people may not know that. They may only think that React.js is only for websites. No, you can also develop application. You can also develop games. You can also develop VR applications. You can also develop augmented reality applications. So, any more doubts? I'll posting all the links here. You can learn from there. If you want to become front-end developer, don't consider all this. Just go to CodePen, spend 4 to 5 hours every day in CodePen. You'll become a full stack. You'll become a front-end developer for sure. You will be habituated to a lot of coding from all over the world. GitHub is one of the important. Can you suggest some websites for internship? Yeah, for internship also you can go to LinkedIn. There are a lot of jobs which will be available. Don't consider job as a complete full-time job. There is an option called filter. After getting into jobs, you can use some filters here. Actually, in mobile app you will get that. I don't know. I usually search jobs in mobile itself. I didn't use this website as a website, LinkedIn as a website for searching. In mobile, you'll get an option called filter here in the right side corner for the search. You can search there for part time. If you search for part time, then you can consider it as an internship. Or you can go to Internshala, but no, in Internshala, getting an internship is not an easy thing. It's a really great thing to get internship in Internshala, because a lot of developers, even working developers, will apply for internship. I don't know why they do that, because even they're working in Amazon or Google, still they apply for internship. Maybe for extra income, I don't know. I've seen a person who's working in Google and still applying for internships every day. I don't know why this thought process, but Internshala is not an easy thing to get internship. But you can consider LinkedIn. Don't just click on it and ask for a job like that. Search for people. uh, Go to home. Here you will find people. You, in the down of their name, you will find what they're doing right now. You can also find some of the people like managers, that kind of thing. If he's a manager or if he's a recruiter, just click on his name, and there will be an option called message. You can just click on message, and you can directly talk with that person. You can just talk with them, and you can ask them about, sir, I am interested in this kind of work. Are there any internships available in your company? Please tell me, and you can join in his internship. Like in that way, LinkedIn works. LinkedIn is like a professional friendships between all of us. So that is the reason I'm asking you to use LinkedIn. I'll provide you this link also. Pakka use LinkedIn, appa. Use LinkedIn. I can't say more than that. Use it. If you use it, you will see that your career is somewhat shifting towards a better position than what you are right now. See, if he posted this about Python, CS, C++. If you have anything to talk about it, you can just message him. You can make friendship with him. There is also CEOs also in this LinkedIn. You can directly talk with, if you are lucky enough, you can also talk with Microsoft CEO if possible, if you're lucky enough, if he sees your message. But he's there. He has a LinkedIn account. So use LinkedIn to get internships and all. There are a lot of apps also I have seen in Play Store, but I don't know if you get really internships for that. Don't do internships like marketing or data entry, that kind of things. Please don't do that and waste your time. Only if it is technical. Even if they're not paying you any money, do it. You will get some kind of experience and a certificate. That certificate and experience will be very much useful in your interview. When you're directly talking with a recruiter, he will ask you whether you have worked anywhere, and if you say that I have 4 months of experience in this company, I have done this project, if you tell these kind of things, he'll be pretty much impressed by you, and he will right away wants to take you in the company. And the other thing is resume and CV. That is the most important thing where most of the people go wrong. I don't know why, but I have made a deliberate video on that. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not doing any kind of promotion for my channel or anything. These are some of the useful things which I thought very important. Here I made a video on perfect resume and CV, but I done it in Telugu language. If you are a native Telugu person, then you can see that. I will even show my resume in that video. Uh, See that and create a resume and CV. You need to have a resume and a CV both. Resume should be only one page. CV can be more than one page, and it has to be less than 3 pages. Think of that. And the other thing, yeah, ma'am?
See, Monish, our students, most of them, like they are not from Telugu, right? Most of 9, 8, 7, 50, 50, we can have 50% from your place, and 50 is like from all the other places.
Okay. Then how much
So-
time do I have till now? I will give a
No.
brief
Well,
about
today you just go with this. Let me check the feedback from the students. If they want this particular topic, like preparing the resume and everything, we'll have a session one more day where you completely give a thorough knowledge about creating a resume, all those stuffs.
Yeah, okay then. Still, how much time do I have? I
10
want to
minutes.
cover one small. Okay.
That's right.
Then
Because this is so important, right? They need to know what is to be exactly put in the resume for a catchy
yes.
attraction, all those stuff. So that's why I thought that must be told in detail.
Okay. So I have only 10 minutes of time, right? Okay. The other thing I want to tell you is getting certificates, because to showcase in your resume or CV. Let me log in for developers. This is another website called HackerRank. You should have probably heard about it. If you didn't heard about it, I don't know why you didn't heard about it. HackerRank is a very popular website among students. See, I'll copy this link. In HackerRank website especially, everything is free. You can learn statistics for mathematics. Don't think you don't need mathematics for coding. That is one of the biggest thing developers think. You need mathematics, you need statistics, you need probability. You need to understand those for a better coding, because when you're dealing with lakhs of customers coming to your application, you need to understand statistics, you need to understand probability in coding. You will know when you're working in the project. You can learn all these things for free in HackerRank. And also there is something called certification. This is pretty much important, because no website will give you all these certifications for free. Let me show you. These are the certifications which I have received from HackerRank. But here will be the courses. You just need to click on, for example, if you want to learn, if you think you have enough knowledge about Angular and you want to be certified as an Angular developer, go to HackerRank, click on Angular. After clicking on Angular, actually I have taken this test and I failed on May. I'm going to retake this test in this month itself. This is somewhat tough actually to say, and intermediate skill level is tough. They will ask you some tough applications to develop, but you can write exams on Java, JavaScript. These are the certifications which I have already passed and completed. You go to HackerRank websites and complete this. First, practice the coding. After practicing the coding, go to certification and write these exams and get certified. This you can show this in your LinkedIn, and you can keep this in your resume, and you can show this to the recruiter. There's another question. If possible, can you take a tutorial on Redux? I'm now using more contacts only for maintaining global content. Yes, okay. If possible, really, I'll take a complete session on React.js and Redux itself. But now the only problem is I'm not using React in my projects and all. I'm using currently Angular, and all my projects in my laptop is not React to show you right now. But really, if possible, I will take a complete session on React and Redux. And also, if possible, I'll take a small topic on React Native also, so that you will know how to convert your web application into an Android application. Yeah, this is the thing I want to show you. Make use of this website HackerRank. Go there and learn this. And another thing I forgot is sorry. Again, we are going to back to LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, there is something called skill assessments. Usually, you'll find it when you're applying for jobs. It's going. When you apply for a job, when you click on Java Full Stack Developer here, where is that? Where is that? See. Okay, here you see that. Here it says that your profile matches this job. How LinkedIn knows that my profile matches this job is there is something called skill test in LinkedIn. You can search that in LinkedIn. Go and search for skill test. If you write a skill test, if 10 people apply for a job, and if you completed and the job is for Java developer and you have written that Java skill test, you will be put in the first priority in the 10 members. So writing skill test is very much important for getting jobs in LinkedIn. If it is this is saying that your profile matches this job, right? If I apply for Angular JS developer for Paytm, I'm loyal. I will be one of the priority applicant for that company. They will prioritize me from other people. So I have higher chances of getting into this company. And I told about filter, right? This is the filter I'm talking about. You can click on job type and you can here click on internship. You can do as an internship. You can be a volunteer or a temporary or a contract, anything. If you click on internship and you can click on show, see right now there are 2000 companies ready for you to give internship. You just need to go here and apply for them. Just apply now, and that person will contact you and you can have a chat. You can talk with them and you can get to know the stipend and everything. If there is no stipend also, work for them, you'll get an experience letter. That is the thing. I'll even give this link to you. I don't know who this is, but was Vinoda. I don't know who this is, but if you're really learning React, first you have to learn about JavaScript and learn completely, be a master in it. Learn about the something we call as 4 pillars in JavaScript. Completely learn that, and after learning about the DOM manipulations, management, and scripting, those all, only then you get deeper into Redux and all. Because without knowing JavaScript, if you get into Redux and those all kind of thing, you may be in some trouble, because in the middle of that you won't understand to go forward, or you won't understand to go back and come from the beginning. So learn JavaScript first, and okay, you have learned React.js and React Native already, but I am asking whether you have learned JavaScript, the plain JavaScript. If you learn plain JavaScript and if you're really good at it, okay, then you better go on with it. But if you have any doubts and if you missed some concepts on the JavaScript, do not go deeper into it. You may have some problem in when real-time coding. I'm telling about real-time coding, not about the thing which you're learning and developing application. Not that real-time coding. When you join companies and you work in real-time projects, then you will face a lot of problems if you don't know JavaScript, because what you learn React.js from outside is different, and what the company standard React.js is different. Once you go there, they'll give you a sheet of all the standards which they follow, and based on the sheet, based on that instructions only, you have to start coding. Because in my company, if I use for each loop, they won't accept the code. You should use mapping for that. Like that, there are some of the instructions given to developers before coding. You should use them. So learn JavaScript perfectly. If you have already learned JavaScript, no problem. It is fine. Yeah, that's the thing. Any more doubts? Okay. So any more doubts or anything you want to ask, anything you want to share, or any links you want? And another suggestion I want to give you is your final years, but if you have free time, teach to some people, because teaching gives you a lot of in-depth knowledge of the concepts. I myself am an instructor in Udemy, but I'm not talking about my courses, because from my courses Andronega courses are much better. That's why I'm preferring Andronega. But even myself, I am an instructor in Udemy. If you want to teach on Udemy, you can contact me. Along with me, we can teach to students. I'll show you my instructor base. So these are the courses which we have created till now, nearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly 8 courses. Some of the courses from Satyabama, some of your juniors, they have created this course. For example, this course is mine. This course is not completely mine. This with an collaboration with some of my student, that Satyabama student in third year, Nitin, I and he created this course. Even this is created by Abhiram, this is created by Haman. So as a collaboration, we are coming together and teaching. We are making courses and putting it on Udemy. You know, teaching is one of the best thing you can do to learn about concepts in depth. Learning is different, teaching is different. So you can be better at it, and you can even add this as an job, or a job as an resume. You can write that I'm an instructor in Udemy, and that will also be considered. And you can earn some income in dollars, like $10 or $20 per month if students buy your course. That's all, ma'am. That's all I want to share.
So much, Manish. It was really a very interesting session. Hope the students also had gained more knowledge about what is full stack and how to prepare for the placements by using the various things, the internships and everything. And definitely there was more queries from students to you regarding the resume preparation or the React JS or React Native. So all those things, depending upon the students' interest, we will have one more session, right?
Yeah, if possible, we can have it.
Yes. So students, hope this session was really a useful one for you. Thank you, Monish. It was really great that you have accepted our invite and you have come to take this session on behalf of IEI, Institution of Engineers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And today, actually, CAC students were so interested to have this session, and even IT students have joined today. Okay, so hope
Oh, okay.
both the students, that is the School of Computing students, have gained much more knowledge. Thank you for transferring knowledge, Monash.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then. I'm
Thank you so
signing off.
much. Yes. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, students, you can just give me a feedback that how much it was so useful for you.